During this time, I discovered my passion and also my talent, that is bringing people together. Hi, my name is Christian Hitzbleck.
And I am Martin Spütz. I've been an executive coach and leadership trainer in the industry for over 25 years. During this time, I have worked for many German and international corporate companies. Together with client teams, I have designed and implemented large executive development programs. Similarly, I have accompanied the management teams of medium-sized companies and young companies from the startup ecosystem in strategic issues, change management topics, and, above all, the active creation of effective corporate cultures. Over the past decades, I've gained a deep insight into a wide variety of companies. I've developed entire scripts for change, designed and led hundreds of workshops and seminars, and spoken to well over 5,000 entrepreneurs and leaders.
Wow, I haven't talked to that many people yet, but I've been organizing events and projects for the last 8 years now. I started out as a brand ambassador for large international beverage companies. From 2014 to 2018, I supported more than 350 private and corporate events as a sponsoring partner. During this time, I discovered my passion and also my talent, that is bringing people together. In 2016, I founded the music startup Jam Connect with 2 other partners. Over the next year and a half, we offered artists from the urban music scene, but also from the classical music world, a stage for a total of 23 concerts. During these jam sessions, we experienced the art of improvisation and spontaneous interaction. For instance, during this concert, a classical double bass artist would play with a hip-hop artist. Each time something very special was created, and somehow it was also a premonition of masterminding, bringing together individual strengths and creating something valuable in harmony. Also, we created a community where music managers would find and meet unrecognized talents. And so the community within a year grew to over 450 musicians, dancers and music industry professionals.
Wow, I wish I could have been there, because music is also one of my great passions. By the way, I discovered my professional curiosity and passion quite early on as well. It is the interaction of man and machine. Numbers, business and technology on the one hand, and the feelings, emotions and thoughts of people on the other. So after my studies, I acquired a deep knowledge in various fields of modern applied psychology and neuropsychology. During my studies in Mannheim and Portland, Oregon, I focused on international management and on systems science. Isn't it true that today every personnel developer asks you, do you have an education in systemic coaching? I think it's fair to say that Professor Gerd von Kortzfleisch and his institute at Mannheim University were among the pioneers of this idea. I am very grateful that I was able to learn from this great mind. And since then, the systemic principle has been the foundation of all my thoughts and actions.
So, how do people in systems work together effectively? Just like the musicians on stage. I really thought about that a lot, and then in March of 2018, I had an idea. A movement of entrepreneurs who want to make a difference in the world. Maybe you know the situation. Conversations in private or professional circles are often very inspiring, but sometimes they also tend to be unstructured, and it can develop into all kinds of directions. I wanted to create an organized stage for such valuable discussions. A format where ideas can be discussed and developed through active listening and mutual support. And that is how the Mastermind movement came into being.
And this fits perfectly with an important experience as a coach and consultant. Actually, one element that always works particularly well is when we form small groups in which participants exchange their ideas and experience. In other words, when somebody is not lecturing from the front of the room, but when we work together. Back then in our consultancy firm, we didn't call these teams mastermind groups yet. But basically, that's exactly what they were and what they are. It goes to show that masterminding is for me the next logical step.
At the beginning, I invited 30 entrepreneurs and divided them into groups of 6 people. I introduced the mastermind principle to them, and since then, many of them have become enthusiastic supporters who carry the idea forward into their own networks. As a matter of fact, in the first year, I organized 12 such exclusive networking events, the Mastermind Lounges. Since then, the number of participants has been growing steadily. To date, we have welcomed over 250 entrepreneurs and executives to our events.
And when Chris introduced me to the idea of the Mastermind movement, and he told me about his lounges and events, I immediately knew this is it. We had met by chance in a pub here in Cologne, and we started talking and stayed in conversation. After only a few weeks, it was obvious. We are going to start a company together.
Exactly, and that was in the summer of 2018, and it quickly became clear to me too. If we can combine our strengths and experience, we will create something very exciting. And in March of 2019, we established the company Mastermind Movement.
Yes, and since then, the movement has really taken off. In the coming years and decades, we plan on building an international network of people who want to make a difference and support each other in harmony.